welcome back to the Armless Art Studio, where creativity knows no bounds. My name's Noah. I'm the artist and owner here at Armless Art, and welcome to my YouTube. I just wanted to hop on, and I realized that I've never really introduced myself to like any of my followers. I just assume that you know me in my real life, and that's not the case. And if you are new here and you don't recognize my little face here, I'm Noah Howard, and I create art with my feetsies, particularly my right foot. I'm holding my phone here for my microphone with my left foot. And, but yeah, I do art with my feet. And, I just kind of want to go into, how that started or why that started and, why art. And yeah, you would really have to go back to probably around, I don't know, my inception. When I was born, a lot of people thought that I wouldn't be able to do much. I think they kept expectations kind of low so nobody's heart would break. And, I definitely benefited from that because for me anyways, it seemed like anything that I would do would be amazing. So it didn't really matter what I did as long as I just got up and did it. I just know that my family has always told me the same story along the lines of, when you were born, the doctor just said all of your faculties will just go to your feet. Everything that you would use your arms for will go to your feet. And they were like, yeah, okay. And growing up, I never really thought that I was different until I saw my peers in school. They had arms and they were writing with their pencils with their hands, and I looked different and I stuck out, but it didn't really start affecting me till around third grade. I would say that's when I really realized how different I was, and kind of like how different my experience was just within this body. So I remember in third grade, that was actually the first year that I won an art award at St. Bonaventure University. I think the prompt was something like going to grandma's house. And something about me, I spent a lot of time with my grandma. I actually, we call her Mama Susie. My siblings and cousins and we all call her Mama Susie. Essentially because she was a second mom to us. And for me, she was also my kindergarten teacher. So I just have a really wonderful relationship with my grandma. And I remember spending a lot of weekends with her and hanging out in the garden and, getting my feet dirty with her. Mama Susie always has treated me like any other kid. And I think that that's what makes our relationship so special is she doesn't see me as any different. She just sees me as I am, and we work with that. And shout out to you, Mama Susie. I love you so much. Anyways, the prompt was, going to grandmother's house. And I remember drawing a really bad picture. But for me in third grade, I wasn't worried about what good and bad was. I was just drawing, for the love of it. And I remember winning an award and going to see a show at the Quick Center at Bonaventure. And I just remember feeling proud of myself. And I remember getting my drawing on little note cards. And I think they were postcards or something like that. And I just felt really proud of myself. Before then, I had no idea that, art was so important. And winning that award really did set the stage for me. It really motivated me to see what else I could do with it, even at that ripe young little age. And then in the next year, I had my first real invasive back surgery. So another thing about me, in addition to being born without arms, I also was born with really severe scoliosis. I like to say that I'm a 24-year-old trapped in a 74-year-old's body, just because that's how my back makes me feel after a childhood full of surgeries and casts and braces and not the braces on your teeth, the brace on my body. But I did have braces on my teeth too. So in fourth grade, I had my first spine surgery where they cut me open. Any procedures that I had before that were not as invasive. They were just putting me to sleep so that they could put a body cast on me. Not fun, but also not as invasive. So, but I had my first surgery, and I wasn't able to finish that year of school with the rest of my peers. I had to do a little bit of summer school just to finish up my term. But I remember I went to the last day of school, like, celebration, just so I could be with my friends and, you know, I don't know, pretend things were normal and that I didn't just have my back cut into. I remember walking with my mom, and I'm not really sure why I felt like I needed to be there. I just felt like I should be there. And I remember I won Artist of the Year that year, which was not normal. Artist of the Year in my elementary school was reserved for fifth grade, because when you're done with fifth grade, you go up to the middle school, which was a whole separate building. So it was kind of like a big deal. And I won with another girl. I think her name was Brooke or something like that. And yeah, I was in fourth grade. And I won Artist of the Year for a little landscape drawing that I did. And I'll throw it up here in the screen so you can see what it looked like. But I was really proud of myself, and I have a picture still of, me with my teacher, and she's just kind of like looking down over at me, and I'm just smiling. I just had one of the scariest moments of my life having that surgery done and spending time in the hospital, and it just felt so bright, and it almost made it feel like, yeah, you just had what you would describe as what I would describe as a scary moment in my life. And then it was kind of like the dichotomy, like one second we're really down and we're feeling super down and out and in pain, and then just a few weeks later I'm feeling on top. And it was art. Art, provided me that feeling. And it was a feeling that I would chase from then on, and it just, nothing would stop it. And nowadays I would describe it as an intoxicating feeling that I get from finishing art and sharing my work. It's just an immense feeling of pride, achievement, determination, and fulfillment. I talk about it with my therapist, and I said, it's kind of addicting because I'm always chasing that feeling that art provides for me. And then I kind of stopped myself and I said, but it's not an addiction because it's not harming me. Art has provided an outlet for me to express and to share and to communicate in ways that, frankly, I just can't do with average words. So I touched a little bit about, the surgeries in my childhood and, feeling a little bit different. And times were definitely tough. And no matter what I was going through, whether it be a hard time at home or a time in the hospital or getting picked on at school, I always had art in my corner. And in a way, art, it doesn't talk back or anything like that, but it provided a means of communication for me with myself so that I could learn more about myself. And so when it came to, deciding what I was going to do with my life, and which was tough, when I graduated high school, I wanted to go subsequently to the college that I won my first art award at St. Bonaventure University. I didn't want to go for art, though. I was enrolled in the Jandoli Communication School for Journalism. And then I thought I wanted to be a teacher for a while. And then I just said, f it all, and I dropped out of college, and I went south. And I stayed there for like 3 or 4 months, and I was like, yeah, I hate it here. And I got really super, super depressed. And I felt mentally probably the lowest that I have ever felt in my life. Just completely down and out. And, I did contemplate my life and if there was really a point. And at this point, I was 19 and was just going through it. And I remember I woke up one morning and I was just, I was just so down and out. I didn't know what to do. And I was just thinking, like, what makes me me? And like, what makes me special? And what do I do that, what do I do that is so unique to me? And because I was feeling really worthless and it was just like, damn, can I do anything? And then I was like, well, yeah, you're a great artist. You've always been a great artist. And, I've had so much support through the years, whether it be from teachers or, my friend Morgan, just inspiring me and showing me how to do things and, motivating me to just hang in there and stick it out and, don't be afraid, of what other people think. So with all that in mind, I was just like, well, I guess I could like do something with my art and I don't have to have a degree to do that. I ended up moving back up north to Pennsylvania, where I'm from. And I lived with my grandparents for a while, but I did enroll at Jamestown Community College. And like I said, I just finished an average associate's degree. And in the meantime, I was just posting little things to my Armless Art Instagram account, like little drawings I was working on. And I think I was just sharing photos at the time of my portfolio and, different thoughts of mine. And, from 2019 to 2023, I would say, I was just worried about my online presence and sharing work and not really thinking about myself as a business, but, just sharing the art side of my life. And in doing that, I was able to garner or, gain nearly 25,000 followers, which was pretty wild for me. Like I said, I'm not completely popular. I never felt popular in school. So then when I had a video of me introducing myself and my art, I got somewhat of like 1 million likes or something like that. And it was just kind of like mind boggling. I didn't really know what to do with it. And I don't really like a lot of attention, even though naturally I just kind of draw it to myself, just being me. So I just kind of like panicked. I didn't know how to connect, and you would have thought that the first thing that I would have done was introduce myself, and it wasn't. I wasn't thinking. It honestly all went to my head. And but around this time is when I realized, oh, yeah, I should probably take this a little bit more seriously. This is a lot more than just uploading my art to Instagram at this point. And I went down to my local lawyer's office and I established Armless Art LLC, where creativity knows no bounds. And so I've been established as a small business since late 2023. It's either 2022 or 23. I don't know. All these years are basically mending into one these days. Another thing I wanted to touch on real fast was my trademark, where creativity knows no bounds. Where that kind of came from was in shortly after I established my business, I started attending craft shows and things like that, and sharing, my artwork in the form of art prints and magnets. And I had all of that stuff. Like I would design it, I would design the work, and then I would go to like Vistaprint or something online and order my prints to come in the mail, and then I would sign them when they got here. And that was cool and all, but it really got me thinking, like, what else can I do physically other than just create, the drawing or the design that goes on something. So around, I guess it would be 2024, the beginning of 2024, I invested in Armless Art quite a bit and got a nice printer and a cutting machine. And in 2024, I stopped ordering out, and all of the products that I sell and everything that I create is made right here in the studio with my feet. So it started with just art prints and, original art. And then it went to magnets, and then stickers. And now I produce coloring books. So it's just exciting. When I first started Armless Art, I was really only thinking about, fine art and, indulging in like 30 to 40 hours of a painting, and, thinking, well, I'll share this and I'll share my process, and then it's on to the next one. Whereas nowadays it's not really so simple. There's a lot that goes into planning, and there's a lot that goes into execution. And the execution is kind of separated between, the lengthy hours of all the details and drawing the fine art and sketching and blah, 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 blah. But then it's like repurposing and recycling that art and making it into other things that also bring the same amount of joy. Plus it's just like really inspiring to see what I can do. And, it really opened my world up. It truly turned me into a craftsman. Whereas before I probably would have just called myself an artist, but, I'm doing it all. And when somebody buys a piece of my art, like at a craft show or even online, there's a sense of pride in, you're buying something that you really can't get anywhere else. Surely there are other people without arms that walk the face of this earth. But what I mean is there's nobody quite like Noah Howard, and nobody's making things with their feet quite like Noah Howard. And, that's something that I can take great pride in and feel really good about selling something like that to somebody. So, art has always been there for me. Whether it's just drawing or doing it in school or hanging out with my friend Morgan and sketching over the summer. It's just been awesome. Art has provided so many awesome opportunities for me. Like the first time I won my award in elementary school to, I won another award in 7th grade. And when I accepted my award, they were completely prepared to see a kid, take this little certificate with his hand. And I went and I carried it under my chin like that. And the next day I went to school and they were like, hey, the local newspaper's trying to like do a story on you. Would you be interested? And, so doing things like that. And then in college, I did Born Different. Maybe you've seen me on there. It's that popular series on social media following individuals that were born with different disabilities. And at the time I was in college, at JCC, Jamestown Community College. It was the first time I was living on my own, and I look so young in it. I look so cute in it. But yeah, it was all those things. And, I was even a part of a really cool study about brain plasticity just because somebody found me because I was sharing my artwork. And, so it's just like little things like that. Without art, a lot of the experiences that I've had in my life just wouldn't be. And frankly, without art, I don't know if I would be here right now. In a lot of ways, art is my outlet, and art has saved me. And I have found that in saving me, my art has saved others and has inspired others and motivated others to pursue the life that they deserve, even if the life that they got wasn't ideal. There's nothing stopping us but ourselves. And that kind of ties into, my little trademark of where creativity knows no bounds, because you step into the walls of my studio here. I do it all. I do it all here with my feet, and in here, there is really no limit of what you can do or what you can try, what you can achieve. But you have to show up. And that's been my thing. I haven't always wanted to show up just because, living without arms and being in my situation, and really anybody can probably relate. It's hard to want to get up every day and want to live this life. But my art, like I mentioned before, and Armless Art LLC, and just keeping my vision of what I want to accomplish and really how I want to change the world with what I do. That's all the motivation I need to show up and do what I need to do. So, that's a little bit about me. I'm sure I missed, key parts, and over time, I'm sure that'll eke out, because I do want to share more. I just wanted to introduce myself this time, though. And like I said, I'm on Instagram. I'm on social media. You can follow me at Armless Art. And you can check out my website if you want to see more of my collections. And I think I have a couple blog posts, and I do have an active shop right now. There's some winter merchandise on there, some stickers and coloring books and whatnot, all manufactured here in the Armless Art studio with my feet. I got some new stuff coming out soon for Valentine's Day. And of course, I have Patreon benefits every month. I have a sticker of the month club and a postcard of the month club. You can join that by checking out the link in the description below. And with that said, I do want to thank all of my Patreon members. There's just a handful or a footful of you as of right now, but I've been just loving the Patreon thing, and feeling like I have, more people in my corner than just art. And, it helps financially, and it's just really encouraging. So thank you all for joining, and thank you all for listening. And I guess I'll catch you in the next one. So be well, and I'll catch you on the flip side. Bye!